Come into this place of peace and let its silence heal your spirit. Come into this place of memory and let its history warm your soul. Come into this place of prophecy and power and let its vision change your heart. The words of our covenant. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
And you're invited to help me sing this next song. It's number 188 in your hymn book. There should be a little gray hymn book there nearby. Hopefully it's pretty close. Number 188, Whoever You Are. Yes, we just sang this like just 2 weeks ago maybe or so, and I love it. And so please help me sing it again. 2, here we go, and come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Thank you. I hear 2 of you. I'm going to hear everybody. Let's try it again. Here we end. Come, come, whoever you are, wanderer, worshiper, lover of leaving, ours is no caravan of despair. Thank you.
Our time of reflection, prayer, and meditation, hear these words. It is our quiet time. We do not speak because the voices are within us. It is our quiet time. We do not walk because the earth is all within us. It is our quiet time. We do not dance because the music has lifted us to a place where the Spirit is. It is our quiet time. We rest with all of nature. And in the silence of our quiet time, we surrender to the moment. It's a story of truth and a story about truth. Truth walked into a village. The local inhabitants started cursing at him, spewing epithets. They chased him out of the village. And so Truth walked a bit further along the road to the next town, where they too spit at him and cursed and spewed epithets, driving him out of the town as well. So Truth continued on his journey, walking lonely and sad down an empty road until he reached the next town, still hoping to find someone who would be happy to see him, someone who would embrace truth with open arms. So he entered into the third town, this time in the middle of the night, hoping that with the dawn he'd find more favor from the townsfolk, who themselves might be happy to see truth in the dawn's light. But as soon as the townfolk's eyes lit upon him, they ran to their homes and then came back throwing garbage at him. Truth ran off out of town into the woods, and after crying and cleaning off the garbage, returned to the edge of the woods when he heard laughter and gaiety, singing and applause. He saw the townsfolk applauding as Story entered the town. They brought out fresh meats and soups and pies and pastries and offered them all to Story, who smiled and lavished in their love, generosity, and appreciation. Come twilight, Truth was still sulking and sobbing at the edge of the woods. The townsfolk disdainfully ignored him, but Story came out to see what the story was about. Truth told Story about how all the townsfolk had mistreated him and how sad and lonely he was and how much he wanted to be accepted and appreciated. Story replied, "Of course they all reject you." Story looked at Truth, eyes a bit lowered to the side. "No one wants to look at you because you're naked." No one wants to look at naked Truth. So Story gave Truth brilliant, beautiful clothing to wear, and they walked into the town together. Truth with Story, and the townsfolk greeted them with warmth and love and appreciation. For Truth wrapped in Story's clothing is a beautiful thing and easy to behold. And ever since then, Truth travels with Story, and they are always accepted and loved. And that's the way it is, and that's the way it will always be. I thought this would be a great story for all ages. But then I started thinking, and y'all know it's trouble when we Unitarians start to think. But I started to think, at what point did truth become so menacing that people would fear it? That people would proclaim an alternative? Why in our society is truth being negotiated? In some respect, I recognize that there may be some who do not want to know about the true nature of truth. I'm reminded of the movie A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise, Demi Moore, and Jack Nicholson. Jack's character was being questioned on the stand by Demi's character, who was demanding that he tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and the whole truth, which when Jack blurted out, "You can't handle the truth." All right, you saw that movie. I was wondering if you're going to be with me. The people in the story I just told you couldn't handle seeing the truth naked. Why does nakedness offend people? Perhaps because they see themselves and are unhappy with what they see. A quote by Ismail Hinaya reads, quote, "Some people think that truth can be hidden with a little cover-up and decoration. But as time goes by, what is true is revealed and what is fake fades away. Yes, the clothes get tattered and fall off, exposing the naked. True, there are times when we may need to dress up the truth just a little bit to make it palatable for some people, but we all should be able to handle the naked truth, the natural, unadulterated state of truth when it presents itself. You might call me a nudist when it comes to truth. I'll take nakedness anytime and anywhere when it comes to truth. I can just hear it now. Yeah, Marlon's going to say, Randy's first chapel back. What did he talk about? Unity. No. And I know that there's all types and versions of truth: absolute truth, relative truth, objective truth, subjective truth, normative truth, complex truth, and so on. So there's some conversations that need to be had or can be had. But at the foundation of all of these is the notion that what is true and it needs no proof. The very essence of it is true without all the fluff, without the clothing, without the story. The more accepted view of truth held by the vast majority of philosophers and theologians throughout history hold that any declarative statement is true if and only if it corresponds to or agrees with factual reality. Daniel Abraham, speaking about objective truth, says, quote, objective truth is difficult to come by, and even if we have it, what you can pass on to the next person is the story that you tell about it. In order for truth to be recognized as true, it has to be wrapped in plausibility, just the same as lies, end quote. So what shall we do with truth in a world where there is now such a thing as an alternative truth? It actually exists. So those of us who are truth seekers mustn't ever allow truth, the purity of what is true, to become our enemy. We need the nakedness, the rawness of truth to set us free, for it is the only thing that it ever has. So may we celebrate it when it comes. Treat it with respect, care, and with intentionality. May we hold it on our lips for the perfect moment to be spoken. May we season it with love, but rarely disguise it. May we hold it dear and close as the rare gift it is. For truth will make us free. May it be so. Amen.
Spirit of truth, of life, of power, we bring ourselves as gifts to thee. Oh, bind our hearts this sacred hour in faith and hope and charity.
For our offering, it is our tradition to give away our offering to organizations that support and share our values. This evening's offering will go to Youth Services of Tulsa. Please give generously. One more time in that little gray book, your hymnal.
number 402. We never sing this, maybe because it's over so soon. There it goes. The minute you started, it's over with. So we'll sing it a few times. It's a lovely little thing, I think. Speaking of truth, that's what I receive from you. It goes like this. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. Isn't that a nice little thing? Let's try it together. Here we go. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
I think we have a little time. Can I do a reading?
Absolutely.
Okay, before closing words, there's a poem that I picked up. Francia. It's called Truth by Gwendolyn Brooks. And if sun comes, how shall we greet him? Shall we not dread him? Shall we not fear him? After so lengthy a session with shade. Though we have wept for him, though we have prayed all through the night years, what if we wake one shimmering morning to hear the fierce hammering of his firm knuckles hard on the door? Shall we not shudder? Shall we not flee into the shelter, the dear thick shelter of the familiar haze? Sweet is it to sleep in the coolness of snug unawareness. The dark hangs heavily over the eyes. Closing words. What words shall I leave you? This. In your life, may you know the holy meaning, the mystery that breaks into it every moment. May you live at peace with your world and at peace with yourself. And may the love of truth guide you in your every day. May it be so. Amen.